Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? How are we all doing this fine evening? I'm just having some late night coffee. And by late night, I mean like 9 p.m. because... I don't know. What's the latest you guys are willing to have coffee before it like fucks over your sleep schedule? Okay, let's turn this music down a little bit as well. Because, I don't know, I feel like I can drink coffee like at midnight and it would bother me, but I try not to have it past like 9 o'clock. You're tired? Oh, that's a shame. Well, not a shame, depending on how late it is. It might just be like, you're just normally tired. But I'm good. Can't complain. Today just went grocery shopping. And yeah. Sleep is still fucked. But 7 or 8 for coffee? Because I feel like you can have like a coffee aperitif, right? And aperitif seems like a really like dicky word, pompous word, but it's a thing. And I think like late night coffee is pretty cool. 9 p.m. Scotland getting warm now. Yeah. Usually no later than 6 p.m. Okay. I mean, so I think it varies, but it seems like people seem to have coffee between like the 6 to 9 p.m. range. 9 p.m. being like the very latest. What is the hex code for this blue? It's so on brand. What is the hex code for this blue, actually? Let's look it up. So, basically, welcome everybody to the stream. Music Monday, so we're going to be making music. The ongoing meme and the ongoing theme for these streams is that we are... Because Twitch will always mute your VODs if there's anything that it suspects is copyrighted, I'm just going to make my own copyrighted music. With less blackjack and hookers, probably. But I'm going to be making my own music for the background of the streams. And it also lets me, you know, go into music production that's... Producing music that's a bit different to what I normally do. So, this hex code is 4CA2DA. So... I'm going to post that hex code into chat. Hello, Senpai 6igod. Finally unboxed my new Abasi Larada 8. Pretty sick. Oh, dude, you went on Abasi Larada. Cool. That's, I feel like the Abasis are not guitars that many people have, so you need to let me know how it is. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, Heavenly Chorus, you're actually pretty close to the actual code. You got the first 3 characters of the hex code right. That's pretty sick. It might show up differently on stream, but yeah, that's the hex code for the blue. It's the same blue that's used on for Senpai EP and all that shit. So yeah, I'm still betting that you'll eventually claim your own streams. It depends on how much whiskey I drink. I went through quite a bit of that bottle on Friday, unintentionally, but in my defense, it was a long stream, so it was fine. So yeah, that's the Senpai 3 blue. The Senpai 2 and Senpai 1 blues are a bit more full on. But I wanted to make it a bit more reserved because Senpai 3 is a more sort of I don't want to say down to earth. It's a more sort of it's meant to be a more relatable album. But yeah, so regarding the background music stuff, so I was working on an electro funk track and I got the first chorus and the first verse done. And if you didn't, screenshot plus eyedropper gives me 4BA 0CD. So, okay, it might just be a different thing and how, like, it shows up on stream and on the website. Because there are, like, web colors and stuff like that. But yeah, so if you weren't there for the Friday stream, but you were there for the Wednesday stream, then there were some changes made. So, let's look at what I did. So, I need to open you up with Chengo Recorder so you can actually see, so you can actually hear what I'm actually playing. So let's check if this is coming through on OBS. Cool. All right. I'm gonna do a slick fade out of the music. By slick fade out of the music, probably that was terrible, and you guys just can laugh at me because of that. But Anyway, yeah. So synth electro funk. That's what I wanted to say. Electro funk. Thank you for the follow, Ryan Wilson. 34567. You putting up this music up on Spotify once it's done by any chance? So the music will all be available to. So it will be available for Twitch subs and people who support me on Patreon. I've got a special Discord channel for Twitch subs and Patreon supporters, and it's just gonna go there. I don't know about Spotify. Maybe in the far future. Tactical fade out, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, in case you weren't there for the Friday stream, I went over some of the things that changed. So the idea is that I'm not gonna work on the tracks in terms of like the actual content as much as I can between streams because I want to make the process as much of the stream as possible. But what I have done is I have edited the bass a lot. So what I've done is I basically cut up each individual note on bass so that it's more in line with the synth. And I've also cut out the low end, so it's just really low. But then if you have the synth bass, so that's where all the low end is. So I've done that. I've added a little hi-hat intro, so it's like the hi-hat's fading in and helps keep time. So that's got like a EQ that's fading on. Where did I put that EQ? It's somewhere. Anyway, you can hear like it fade in and stuff like that. So I added that hi-hat, and then I just adjusted the mix because I find it really difficult to mix with headphones, especially low end. I feel like low end's really hard to get right. Any poggers in chat? I sub for your godly fade outs. That must be so bad. I don't even know how to sort out the BTTV emotes. There's something to be done. There's all my emotes. I haven't updated that. There is a new emote. I think it's this. Yeah, it's my face. You get my face. I need to update the command for emotes. So emotes command, edit, and then C2AYENEET. So, yeah. So those are the things I've changed. Oh damn! I didn't know you streamed. I'm so sad I couldn't get to see you live with Chon. I'm sad that I didn't get to play live with Chon and Jakob. That would have been such a fun tour. Anyway, so what I can do is I can just let you hear what we have so far, and then we will just keep working on this. So let's go. So the hi-hats help keep time because I felt that you could really hear the timing so well. Yeah, the Chon tour was sad to get cancelled. This is so cheesy, I love it. Did we abandon the lo-fi or just expanding the options? Lo-fi was finished. We finished it. Shinjiro33, thank you for the follow and the Prime sub. Thank you very much. Yeah, we talked about sadness of the Chon tour. This is the tour. It was Chon, me, and Jakob. We would have had a little jaunt through Western Europe and the UK, and that got cancelled because of this little global pandemic that we're all going through. So that was sad. And I was very, very it just sucks to not have toured that year. But I'm hoping soon at some point we'll be able to tour again. I don't know when, but yeah, hopefully we'll get to tour. So yeah, we're just gonna continue with this. Somebody did ask about the lo-fi, but I was talking over the music. The lo-fi song was finished and it's available for download in that Discord channel. It's in the pin messages, all that good stuff. So yeah, you can go check it out. I'm trying to think of anything else I changed in the mix. I think everything else is just the same. Those synths sound like the cheesiest, like fucking like I beat the fucking Eurotrance shit. It's like man. Thank you for the follow, Little Dipper 90. Little Dipper 09. Would you recommend studio artist or is pro equally that much better? I actually don't know the differences between them really. I have Studio One Pro. Studio One Pro versus artist. Let's see. Compare versions. I remember reading somewhere that artist like doesn't have the ability to use custom plugins. Okay, so like, well, we got like advanced. What do we have? Channel editor, drum editor. Drum editor is an artist. That's fine. Expanded FX chains. What? The project page is really good actually. The project page is great for mastering like entire albums and stuff like that. Maybe it's just a bunch of plugins and stuff like that. I don't know. So, yeah. Mr. C, thank you for following. Are you gonna put a solo of this beat or are you just gonna loop it? I might just loop it. The thing I joked about is I was gonna play the melody to I'm Never Gonna Give You Up over it. So I might do that still. I'm thinking like we probably just go into the chorus after this, and then we have like so because I'm doing like background stuff, I'm not gonna go like super crazy on structure. So I'm probably just gonna have like another chorus, then like a bridge type section, and then another chorus, and we ended it. Artist is fine recording. Pro recommend if you're doing everything in house. Okay, so there you go. Studio One 5 finally supports VST plugins on art. Okay, so that was the one thing that Studio One 5 artist was a bit weird on. Like I thought it was just really dumb that they didn't support VST plugins for like because it's such a basic thing, right? But yeah, apparently you guys get to use VST plugins on the artist version. So we're just gonna hit the big good old Control C, Control V. You can hear there's no low end there whatsoever, and then we're just gonna duplicate that. And on Studio One, if you just press the D key, it repeats everything. So that's pretty fun. So this is just the synth chords. Repeat that. Then repeat this. Control X. What have I done here? I've just moved way past where I was meant to be. So this is the very glamorous part of making music, where it's just lots and lots of copy and pasting stuff. You can like be tricky and like add lots of cool layers, I guess. Why is that synth so loud? What have I done? I'm gonna Control Z everything because I'm confused about something. Maybe it just sounds weird because I'm on headphones, but yeah. Basically like coding. I mean, I haven't done a lot of coding in my life. I did the most coding I've done for my university master's project when I was coding in Fortran 95. I don't know if any of you have heard of that. It's like basically a language that's still used by like physicists and mathematicians and stuff like that, and astronomers, not astronomists. And yeah, I had to code in Fortran, which was BOP. It sucked. I did not enjoy coding in that language. I don't really have any fills, but I don't know if like fills are a thing you do in like electro pop songs like this. So we've done the copy pasting. So after the verse, 4chan 95. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. I wasn't around. Did you record the bass, or is it a plugin? Yeah, the bass is all recorded, but I've chopped it up so it's like super like on the grid. And then I've like filtered out all the low end. And then the synth bass is actually providing all the low end for the bass guitar here. So yeah, we're just copy pasting it, and I'm thinking this section could use like another layer, but and then I think, do I like cut everything here and just have like a, so this is a, okay, I've never used a scratch pad before, but let's see what a scratch pad is like. Okay, that's not helpful at all. So I was thinking if I just cut all this stuff out and see what it sounds like if we just, you know, just stop everything. Because I wonder like what it'd be like with a hard stop. Ooh, okay. If we're gonna do this, what we need is we need this bit to like filter in. Yeah, okay. No, I have the idea now in my head. So what I'm thinking is that it's gonna hit this last note and stop suddenly, and like all the other instruments will drop out, and that fill will like fade in. Using like a low pass filter thing. What am I using for synth bass? Omnisphere? Yeah, all the synths in this are Omnisphere. So this is the energy pluck bass, and I've edited it a little bit. What I usually do is I just find a stock plugin that I like, and then I go in and edit it until I get a sound that I like. Idea: breakdown to the synth sounds, followed by brief rest and sudden crescendo back to full mix. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm gonna use the whatchamacallit, I'm gonna use the little pentatonic melody as a way to give a, and then what we can do here is open hi-hat into hi-hat pedal and reduce the velocity of this. And then what's the last thing I need to edit here? Here we go. Actually, like, I probably just want the bass to be on, the kick drum to be here. And then this hi-hat can move here. Okay, so now we're gonna do the filling. Are you good at music? I think as soon as I believe that I'm like good at music, I'm gonna like start sucking at it. So I think the right attitude is to believe that you always suck, so that you always will try and improve at it. I think that's the way to go with it. I play guitar for a while, but like I'm nowhere near as good as some other guitarists. I mean, like, it's not even imposter syndrome, right? It's just understanding your own limits as a musician and player, and always acknowledging that there's more you can learn. And like with that mindset, I feel like you will be in the right sort of headspace to keep learning stuff. The one thing you don't want to do is like be so critical to the point of like you don't actually do anything. Okay, so are these all going to that bus track 3? You're going to bus 3. I think I want to send you to bus 3 as well. So if I send it all to bus 3, it's Plenty is the imposter. Oh, please don't make Among Us jokes. Or actually make Among Us jokes. I've mentioned it. You guys are gonna make Among Us jokes now. So bus 3 is on its own little fun channel because that's where all my side chaining is happening. But I can add M equalizer here, and then add a low pass, yeah. And then what we can do is we can like zoop in the low pass. That's the technical term, a zoop. And then we can fade in everything else. So inserts, M equalizer, so frequency 1, enable, and then frequency. So Studio One has this weird thing of putting all the equalization things on a separate track, but yeah. Oh, I've got 2 follows. Thank you for the follows. Fat Black Ninja 272 and Danny Atlas. I was trying to read the like Deniatless, but it's like no, Danny Atlas. Oh, also thank you for the follow, Luke Power 1. Thank you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep this off and then enable it here, and then zip the frequency down and then fade it in. So let's see how this sounds. So that was the idea I had. I'm gonna fade it in. So maybe that's like too fast. So that's probably too low. Probably want to bring that up to 500. And then, do I want to add like volume automation? It's like, this is one of the most satisfying things about make music production is when you have an idea about something, but you have to actually like hear it. Otherwise, you don't know whether the idea will work or not. And when you do something like this and you like hear it actually work, you're like, okay, no, this is cool. The other thing I wanted to do is probably want to add volume automation so I can like compensate for the volume drop off from filtering everything out. So what are you doing here? So maybe not even that drastic. Maybe like go to like 800. Nah, that's not that much of a difference actually. Okay, there we go. That sounds pretty good. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to increase the volume and decrease it again. That's 10. I want to make it quieter than that. And then we'll need like some kind of fade in or something. That's solid, yeah. I'm going to pretend I understand what I'm looking at. I need to learn all this stuff, but also intimidating a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's like learning any tool or software. It takes a lot of work and effort and a lot of good old time and experience. A lot of people don't like being told that this stuff requires a lot of hard work, and sad fact of the matter is it really, really does require a lot of work. Okay, so there we go. That's pretty cool. want the cymbal fade to be even slower than that. That works. So what was the thing I fucked up? Oh, I got rid of synth here for some reason. How did I do that? Oh, whatever. There you go. There we go. So now we have another chorus, and I'm thinking maybe like another layer in the chorus, but I'm not sure what to put. Like, do we add guitar? Do we add... So... Fat Black Ninja 272, thank you for the sub. Really, really, really appreciate it, man. It's wild. Like, I've only just did affiliate. Well, like it was 2 Fridays ago, I think. And the fact that you guys are subbing and supporting me while doing this whole random music creation thing, really, really, it's really cool. So appreciate it. I'm trying to think whether another layer or not works here. It's pretty full there, right? So don't know if it needs anything. So I'm gonna get the guitar out, and I'm gonna have to tune it probably, and then also I keep doing this every single stream, but mayonnaise, Aquila. More guitar never hurts. Yep. Oh, I feel like there are times when more guitar definitely hurts. Like, you know, during serious conversations. Maybe like if someone's performing like a really serious surgery or something, and someone just starts playing guitar, might be inappropriate then. Funerals, yeah, funerals will be like. Well, it depends. Like, it depends on whether like someone's had a specific song in mind that they want played. But yeah, general during funeral services, guitars are pretty inappropriate. I've been listening since Invent the Universe, so hell yeah, I'm gonna support. Thanks, man. Do they still use bias effects? I never really used any of the plugins that I did videos for. A lot of the time they just, you know, ask me to check it out and make a video for them. And I do, and like a lot of them work really well. The best ones I've tried so far are the neural DSP ones. You can play during my quadruple bypass. Not getting one. No, I'll try not to avoid. I'll avoid your operation room. Mario redeemed play those 4 chromatic notes. It's pretty nice. I've got this guitar right here to play those notes. So you got the. Wait, I'll play over the song. I should play the fill into those notes. Oh, you couldn't even hear that. Let's just crank this, and then you're getting your channel points worth here. There's your 4 chromatic notes. Yeah, let's see what we can do here. like the classic gent sort of clean background. Does that work? I think it's too like melancholy. I don't know. It's like I'm not sure if we need to add anything really. Sometimes like I feel like I need to add something. Then I'm just like, do I want to try? How much is those notes? I think that works. This was octave. Sometimes it's just something simple as well. Is this for a project of yours, or is it just for fun? This is for basically I'm metagaming Twitch right now. So Twitch will mute all your VODs, and you won't have any music in your VODs and everything will be quiet. But they won't be able to mute me if I make all my own music. So the idea is that I'm making music to play in the backgrounds of my own streams. Yeah, so yeah, I think I just do that, right? So okay, this is the fun part as well about being a studio musician, as I don't actually have to play anything. So let me show you. So yeah, I just play that and I'll be like, okay, cool, and then just repeat it 4 times. And I have a guitar part. Isn't this just the best? And then I just need to repeat it for the other track. Actually, I might just center this. There we go. Yeah, I'll just take 10 of those, please. Hey, dude, first time you're here, really digging it. Is that the kind of stuff you usually do on Twitch? Yeah, so Mondays and Wednesdays are my like music production streams. So I'll be doing this whole like basically until I have like, you know, a bunch of songs that I can just leave on loop while on the background of streams. I'll be doing this, and then I'll probably like move on to like make a song in the style of, or do like a gent song, or do a song only using these plugins, that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna find some way to keep the music production varied, because the idea behind this is I get a lot out of this as well. I get to explore styles of music and produce in a way that I don't normally do for my own music. So these are like, it's just kind of like a cool sort of interactive way of producing music for me, at least. So that's the idea with the Monday and Wednesday streams. And on Friday, I just do like a chatting stream and just tell stories from tour and just all around randomness. I also taste test whiskey and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna beat map this in Osu. Can you get Atlas to add this to Persona? I'd buy it. Man, I keep getting told to play like the Persona games, like Persona 5 especially. I've got a PS4 like over there. I just haven't played it in forever. So it's bad because I spend most of my time in front of my PC and my PS4 is just there, but I just feel too lazy to go and play PS4. So yeah. So yeah, this is just the music production streams and just see what happens really. Like I had a chord progression. So for this song, the idea is that I have like, you know, I'd start out with like, start with that chord progression. And then I would just like see what comes out of it. And I had this idea of making like an electro-funk I keep saying electro-funk song. But like the individual parts and all that stuff I had no idea about, and like I just see what happens on stream, right? And see what happens. It's lovely weeb shit with nice music. I don't know why you played it. Yeah, I mean there's loads of games I haven't played. The other thing I'm gonna do with this track is have a version where I play whatchamacallit, whatever this is. I play I need to turn this up. It's a yeah. I'm gonna play a version with the melody of "Never Gonna Give You Up" over it, but I need to actually go learn that. So yeah, and that'll be like just a funny thing that'll be available. Do I have a Discord? Yes, I do. Exclamation mark Discord in chat. I look away for 1 second and I'm getting rickrolled. Copyright free Sithu, don't let your trolling get in the way of the function. Hey man, if I play it on guitar, it won't get copyrighted, right? Also, I'm not gonna play the version of the Rickroll on stream. I'll leave that for I'll leave that as a little Easter egg for all the subs, the Twitch subs and the Patreon people. Anyway, so we have another chorus. Yeah, I feel like that guitar adds like a little bit extra. And then now we need some kind of bridge. I'm thinking I'll probably just change the chords. Like, probably just do something like that. So if I just take the synth bass, it'll be easiest to use the synth bass. So we go to G. And then F sharp. That was weird. No line over the top? Nah. I mean, like, for background music, I don't want to go too over the top of the guitar. The other thing as well is like if like you can like, you know, if you want it, you could like use this as a backing track to like practice playing over or soloing over. So you can use it as a backing track as well. And I find like chord progressions like this are like super easy to solo over. Also, thank you for the follow Debel Dima. And I mean this bit as well is like super, it's like quieter as well, so you can like practice soloing over it. What scales am I using over this? I'm just using B minor, or like mostly B minor pentatonic. So just and then also B minor pentatonic. Like you can just solo in B minor pentatonic. That all sounds good. So the thing about B minor pentatonic is that it doesn't have this note, the second. So I like using that note though. So usually I just play in B minor pentatonic with that note. And then I add chromatic notes like the flat 5. Which is like that blues note. And then I just like add chromatics like. So basically what you get in my playing is basically minor pentatonic with some extra notes. That's what that note is in the scale. So yeah, I don't know. Like if once this is done, you can download it on the Discord channel and use it as like a backing track. It'll be pretty fun. Or you could just play the lick over and over again. Yeah. We might need a little funky beat. I mean, I love funk music. I think I first started learning like funk music on guitar. I mean, like it's just it's nice because you get into like the rhythm. I hate how well it all works. Yeah, I just get into like rhythmic playing. I don't know. It's like there's something really nice about just playing like those kind of rhythm parts. Yeah. So, I was writing a song. Yes, that's what I was doing. So I have all the bass parts for this. So here's some nice studio engineering. So I'm just gonna use the same bass that I've already recorded. So. Yep, I could just rearrange that. I'm gonna put the guitar away for a second. So this is what I like to call. I mean, the technical term for this is being lazy, but I'm going to call it like minimization of work or something like corporate. What would be a really corporate way of putting it? It's like music workspace we're going to call it music workspace efficiency optimizations. That's what we're going to call it. That'd be the really corporate way of phrasing it. And I'm going to do this to just minimize the amount of things I actually have to record and write. So I'm going to need to record this. So oops. I can see why this was not the way it was because so like I've completely like hard comped this, so the original like performance really isn't there anymore. I've like edited it really heavily because I wanted to match the synths really well. Cool. Program bass would work for sure. Yeah, absolutely. The program bass would work too. If I had like a slap bass thing. But I just recorded it because it's I just have a bass and I don't have program stuff. So, and then the thing is like I'm using the recorded bass for the sound and the timbre of slap bass, but I'm not using it for the low end. All the low end's being provided by the synth bass. So it's like I'm kind of partitioning out the bass parts so that each part is providing like a function. Like this is more like a textural function, whereas this is actually providing us with the low end. So I probably just need to grab a bass guitar and record that part there. So let's go to the clean bass setting and grab my bass guitar. In case you're wondering what my bass is, this is a Mayonnaise Java 5. I like showing it off every single time I bring it out, but just a jazz bass on steroids, essentially. I should have a command for Mayonnaise and just like link to their websites. Oh, I don't have any tuning jokes. I need to like write a list of tuning jokes. So whenever I'm tuning a guitar, you'll just hear some bad jokes. Another thing as well is like sometimes the plugin that transmits my DAW audio can desync, so it's gonna reset it so that it's like still in sync and stuff. So I just need to record that part there. So let's just take it from here. And that's literally what I needed. I just needed that part. That can go there. Don't worry, it's a sofa. The guitars are all fine and safe. Is there a chat command that will get bot to send me a Regis 7? If only. If only. So, this is the part. Wait, did I have my active on? I didn't. I fucked up. So I normally had the active controls on when I recorded it before. So you can really hear the difference in the tone there. And I forgot to activate that, so I'm just going to do it again. Fuck. And now, as soon as I need to record it again, I'm just messing up. Oof. There we go. So remember to activate your active switch. I wish I could play bass, man. Oh. Anyway, yeah, enough of that. I don't know about you guys, but like, if you're meant to be like recording or playing something, but then you end up just like getting distracted and like just jamming away on whatever instruments you have picked up, that's like I I have jamitis. Okay, I need to stop. Jesus. Okay, it's safe there. Okay, so I've recorded this part, but like it's like the other bass parts are like super giga heavy edited even. So I'm gonna go in and remove all human aspects of this performance, and by human I mean like mistakes. So what you're gonna watch is an affront to all instrumentalists out there. I don't want you. Sometimes this activates like ripple edit. Like who needs that? I feel like it's so useless. Then so you can hear that's like late, so I'm gonna move that forward like just a bit, then do this, then move this forward to cover up the note there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And there we go. We have an F sharp chord. Maybe this bridge should be like a guitar solo. I don't know. It's always the first take that's the best, and I get progressively worse until I rage quit. I'm really okay. So the thing that always gets me when I'm recording is always the first note. The first note is either like played badly or out of time, and I just never get the first note right. Like after like the third or fourth note, I'm like in, and I'm like in time and everything, but it's just that first note. I just can't do it, and which makes me think that I like secretly just really fucking suck at music and I should give up, but I keep trying. I think that's the secret. You just keep trying. That's a lot. That's a kick sound there. Okay, let's just do that. Then I need to add all the other sounds. Don't ever tell yourself you suck at music again. I mean, like I think I said it before, but I think it's always good to just not necessarily tell yourself you suck, but just remind yourself that there's always more you can learn, and then that way you'll never feel like you've like finished music, and there's always stuff there. Yeah, I'm headbanging, not quite stank face territory, but it's groovy. Oh, thanks, man. Like this has definitely turned out like more like funkier and more groovy than I expected it to, which is kind of cool. So what's the next thing I can do without I don't think I need to crash there. So I can add the synth pad. So synth pad is just this chord again. And then it is A, and A. Then I'm just going to take you and I'm going to put you down to F sharp minor. And up to B. So the thing here is I have a choice here. Actually, but a bit late to say, but editing out human stuff is fine with me as long as the final product is awesome. It's really unlikely I ever get to see those bands to see anytime soon. So getting the music that they envision out all the time matters to me. Yeah, absolutely. I think the thing is like even in my regular music where a lot of it is really performative, there's a lot of editing that goes on. It's just we just want the best like musicians who record stuff just want the best possible version of the music to get to you. It does remove like the element of like random mistakes that you'll hear or random like string noise or like I do takes again just if there's like string noise and I don't want that in the take. And if you see us live, you'll see us do all those things. You'll hear mistakes, you'll hear random string noise, you'll hear like just a normal human being playing guitar. It's just like when we record, just want the best thing possible. For this, I'm being really deliberate because like normally I would never edit a bass like this, but because it's a synth like electronic funk track, I think this is totally acceptable because I'm just trying to get this bass to match the synth part so that it's all like super in time and there's no like variation. What genre do you think you'll do after this? I'm not sure actually. I had like a list. I wanted to do city pop, like Japanese style city pop. Also wanted to do like I might just do like a more traditional funk track. I don't know, just people could send suggestions for things that would make for good background music because I thought lo-fi was like makes for good background music, and then and like this electro funk song as well, so we'll just figure it out. Like I'll figure out different genres that would work for it. But yeah, so what did I want to do? I wanted to probably just repeat this 4 times. Actually, on the third repeat, we could do something different. So this is something I like to do. I like third bar variations, third repeat variations. And then maybe you go. So where's my E? There's my E. Russian hardcore bass with a weeb twist, Mongolian throat singing. Omnisphere actually has like Mongolian throat singing patches, so that's something I could possibly emulate. I have no experience in like how Mongolian throat singing should sound, but okay, cool. So what we're going to do for the third bar variation is that we're going to change the order of the chord progression. And then we're going to put this chord in here. And what we're going to do is we're going to change this to a dominant 7th chord. So instead of just finish on this. And then just finish on the B. So this is what I was going to do with the variation. Thank you for the follow, Moose on Snow. Have I listened to the band Tengar Cavalry? I've not heard them, no. If it's a band, I've likely not heard of them. I'm very bad at listening to music. If that sounds ironic, it probably is. So yeah, we'll just finish up it. Then I just copy and paste all this stuff, and we'll have a bridge. And then I can have a dropped out section where it's just the guitars, and then yeah, I'm gonna after the bridge section, I'm gonna have the chorus, but it'll just be like the guitars or something, and then we'll like bring everything in again. Cool. So we'll just copy paste this over, and we'll copy paste the snares over. Kato, shout out with mum. Oh, shout out Kato's mum. Hello, Kato's mum. Also, happy International Women's Day. It was also my mum's birthday, so shout out my mum. It was her birthday yesterday. Shout out, coolest woman in the world, my mum. Also, shout out all my friends, all my female friends in the music scene, making cool music and doing cool things. Yeah, shout out International Women's Day. What am I doing here? Apart from randomly shouting out all the women in the world. I've copy pasted too much. So. It's Dinky. Thank you for the follow. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna change my patch first. Clean. Oh, this is why my guitar wasn't making any noise. Always remember to plug yourself in. And the sub. Thank you for the Prime sub, Dinky. I'll probably play that. Pog indeed. So let me double check tuning. Let's see. Do I have a tuning joke? I ordered a steak burrito from a place. I was like, oh yeah, cool. It's nice that they're offering steak. And they called me immediately and said that, sorry, we don't actually offer steak. I was like, why is it on your menu then? Was that a mistake? I got nothing. Thank you for the follow, Reagans. I actually I actually stole that from a fucking I think it was an Ina Hololive Ian. Like she also tells loads of dad jokes. I love dad jokes. I'm gonna hit you guys with them all the time. So the part I'm gonna play is probably just a continuation of the chorus part. That'll be the part I'm gonna play. It'll be the part I play if I actually, don't fuck it up. Always the first note. Just out of time there, just by a little bit, and it annoys me. And I'm gonna be incredibly fucking lazy. I'm just gonna chuck that in there. Who needs to play something 4 times when you can play it once? And then here. That's what I'm gonna play, but I'm just gonna, not fuck it up. Fuck, always the first note. I just need to do that again for the right panned part. Oh man, chat's silent. They're just reeling in pain from the dad joke. First note, man. First note. That's. I think that's gonna be a stream tradition. Actually, every time I tune the guitar, I'm gonna look up a dad joke to tell you. I did play the right chord, but I just like my. I won't play that. I don't slide there. When you try to solve something and software says the answer is no, too wide for the screen. Sorry, the song is too hot and I can't stop head bombing. Please help. There's no cure for groove. Do you ever play League with fans? I only really play like normal games with some friends in my off time. I also probably won't play League on stream because I'm not a League streamer. I'm not very good at League, and I feel like League is so hard to communicate. Like when I play a game like League, it's so hard to communicate and keep an eye on what's going on with chat. So I feel like even when I'm doing stuff like playing guitar, I can always stop and check, and like this is way more interactive. And I mean, who wants to see me run it down in League when you could watch me run it down with dad jokes and bad funk music? It wasn't quite there. He doesn't want to see how many skins I bought. Oh, I'll happily show you how many skins I've bought. Well, I haven't bought all of them, but I bought all those skins. We want the funk, yeah. Tell a dad joke is the only cure. Okay, here we go. Where is... okay, so just before we continue, skins... Oh, it's the League of Legends client. Of course, it's not working. I have 527 skins, so yeah. And I just immediately get a game invite. What did I want to do? Oh, I was gonna tell a dad joke. Okay, I'm completely original. I don't have any to hand. I'm just gonna go to our dad jokes and see what it has for me. Our dad jokes. Hope you guys are ready. This is gonna hurt. I'm assuming it's gonna hurt. Do you know what drives old people up the wall? Stair lifts. Anyway, let's continue with the song. Is that normal? 527 skins? Yeah, I think so. Any gacha games? I used to play FGO. I haven't really played it because not because of the money I spend, because of like just how long it takes to play that game. Putting that touring money to good use. I'm going to tell you a secret. Well, it's not really a secret. I haven't made any money from touring. Like every single tour has been a loss technically. But I wouldn't change anything. I would still keep doing because touring's just a lot of fun. If you find that surprising, it's just because touring is really fucking expensive. But when you're a support band, for instance, like you're not making the hugest amount of money per show, so it's really hard to. For me, especially because I have to pay everybody, so I have to pay. You know, if I have a sound guy, I have to pay the sound guy. I got to pay my band, got to pay for the bus or the transport. I got to pay for all the merch and all that kind of stuff. So usually at the end of it, doesn't work out to be a profit. But what I will say is that I actually I actually make more money sitting at home doing nothing than touring. So yeah. How do I make a kid a total weeb so the neighbor stops sending her kids over to play with him? I feel like weeb, like, even if you're a weeb parent, you should just let your kids discover it by themselves. You should start them off slow, like watch like Miyazaki films or like watch like Spirited Away or something with them. Or like watch something like Ponyo, and then like before you know it, they'll be like, you know, they'll be ordering some like dakimakuras and stuff in secret, and they'll be ordering figures for anime that you know that they probably shouldn't be watching. And yeah, parenting, it's easy. Honestly, I'm lost now. I know Aaron says he hardly makes any money on albums. I was hoping you made back off tours. I'm pretty sure Aaron makes money. Like, he's not on a label, right? So he'll be making an absolutely okay amount of money off of albums and stuff like that. He might have more expenses because he does stuff in studios, but like he'll make money from the music for sure. Basically, like any musician that's not on a label, that's like they're probably, you know, they're probably making a decent amount because of, you know, Spotify and album purchases from Bandcamp and like streaming and iTunes and Apple Music and all that stuff. It all adds up. And like if they do stuff like, you know, if they stream or if they, you know, have a Patreon, all this kind of stuff, it's usually enough to make an okay living. I think I think I said this on Friday, but like, you know, I'm doing absolutely fine. I'm not struggling for money. So but what I am wanting to do is, you know, just keep doing this. So like, and also do stuff like if you're sub to the stream, you do get stuff at the end of it. So it's not as if it's just like a, you know, I'm subbing just for whatever. Like I'm going to try and make sure that there's something that you get out of it as well. The musicians that are like struggling at this time are the ones probably on labels, and like they really rely on big tours to help make money. So like definitely give your support to them. When the pandemic ends, where are you going to tour first? Well, I'm not sure. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to tour Europe that easily because of, you know, Brexit. That's a nice turnaround. Okay, come to Southern California, I'll buy you a burrito or steak or otherwise. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get a mistake burrito. Last time I toured America was in 2017, supporting Haken. I played a couple of SoCal shows then. We did Anaheim and LA. But the thing about touring America is that your country really makes it fucking expensive for musicians to come over. So the visa plus the legal fees for me to go to the US is like $4,000. So I'm $4,000 out of pocket before I even buy plane tickets. So they really don't like people coming over to play music. And then when I'm over there, if I don't fill out another form, which apparently requires like another like $1,000 legal fees, they withhold 30% of all your show fees. Every time, I mean, you can wrangle your way into getting it for like, you can wrangle your way into getting it for like 3 years, but you have to have proof that you're playing shows for 3 years. So it's it's fun. I mean, you don't have to apologize for anything. You just need to keep that in mind when you want us to to come over to play in America. Just remember that like a lot of things need to fall into place and make it worthwhile financially. Like I'm okay making a loss on touring America. I just, you know, I don't want to make too big a loss, if that makes sense. Redeemed, highlight my message. Say hello to Kato's mom. I think I already said hello to Kato's mom, but hello again to Kato's mom. Received my Andromeda tab book today. That's sick, man. I haven't gotten mine. I was meant to get one to, you know, as just to have one. But it looks so sick. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm so sad I missed this Anaheim show. So many European bands and musicians really come for you for that reason. Yeah, it's just real talk about okay taking a loss. I mean, like the thing is like if the loss can be offset by like just streaming revenue and revenue from people buying my stuff and like from all the other revenue sources that I have, then it's like I'll definitely take the hit. It's just I need a lot of capital up front. So like you're like for instance like to do an American tour and like be able to pay for the flights, the visa. If we have a bandwagon, we want to like share a bandwagon with a van, but then you have to pay for like you have to pay for merch to sell on tour, and then you have to pay for all the petrol during the tour. Like you're looking easily between like $15,000 and $20,000 to go to America on tour, and you'll be lucky. Like then you want to hope that you make that all back. Most of the money on touring, actually, like a lot of it comes from merch sales. Like Americans are insane for buying merch. You guys are really sick for that. Got my set course and home band today too. Oh, that's sick. I'd offer a place to crash, but I'm an hour minimum away from a venue. I mean, like places to crash aren't necessarily an issue if we have something like a bandwagon. So, let's look them up. Bandwagons. Yeah, so they're basically converted RVs. So when we toured America, we're in one of these. So they're pretty comfy inside. Like, I can't complain. Did I have like pictures gallery? Here we go. So if we look inside, like we have bunks, so we all sleep in the back there, and like there's like a living space, there's a fridge, there's microwave. So like this is like pretty luxurious for most bands. So this is what I toured America in. And we shared this with another band as well. So there was like 7, 8 of us in there. But, it's still pretty fucking good. Japan is crazy for merch. Yeah, Japan's pretty great for merch as well. Do you know where your largest fan base is? It's America for sure. America is my largest fan base. So I'm always wanting to try and like if an opportunity like arises, I would definitely take it to go and tour the US. It's just, like I said, a lot of things need to fall into place to make it happen. USA. So what am I doing here? So I was gonna do these chords. What notes are those? I'm gonna add that synth part there to go along with the bridge. Oh, you guys are just discussing living in America? I'll let you guys chat amongst yourselves while I figure this out. Just a little bit on the routing here. So what I'm doing is I've actually got a single MIDI track controlling because I have a chord like that sort of trance style chord thing going on both left and right. I just have the same MIDI input for both of them. So this is something you can do in Omnisphere if you need like left and right pan stuff. You can just have 2 different SIDs but using the same input. Any good YouTube channels you recommend for learning piano? I have no idea. I mean, the way I'm learning piano is very different to someone who's a beginner because I'm using my own knowledge from playing guitar and music from to try and like pick that up. Middle America. Yeah, my when I rented in Glasgow, it was about £475 a month for like a studio flat, but I was like in the middle of the city. Also, it wasn't like a proper studio flat where there's like one room. It's like there was like a mezzanine, so the bed was up above the main living area. So it was actually quite a nice deal, for, quite a decent flat, and I was like 10 minutes away from the city center. Alright, here we go. Oh. This is gonna be. Then. And I think that's our bridge. Gonna say, it seems like a lot of you in chat are actually from the US. I don't know what time it is over there for you guys. Probably not too late, especially if you're on the West Coast. Like West Coast is about like 8 hours behind me, so it'll probably still be relatively early for you. 4:30. You hate the way that high resolves? What, here? It's because it's going from the. It's because we're getting rid of the. Because there's no high whatchamacallit. No high root note there. Honestly, in terms of like the actual chord progression, though, I don't really care too much because it's like the most important thing is that it's groovy, right? And I might track a solo here, but I don't know what patch. Maybe just go for like a spanky patch. Yeah, let's try this one. Let's try that one. Okay, I'm not gonna play that. I might just like loop this and just like fucking jam over it and see what I can come up with, because like recording and improvising something over it and like and recording is just a whole different ball game. How should I start? Maybe somewhere like that. Actually, don't. Maybe I want like more. Yes, I want more. Gain. That's the word I'm looking for. I want all the gain. Something like that. That was just note vomit at the end, but yeah, something like that. I'm just gonna like note vomit until something sticks. Something like that, maybe. Ouch. That was really bad. I feel like I'm out of tune again. What's with all the static? I'll probably just need to reset the thing. Reset the whatchamacallit, the software, the plugin that I'm using to transmit to the stream. Let me check that it's all. Hopefully that's all coming through. So this is probably like a good visual indicator of why it takes so long for me to come up with solos, because like I will just go through many iterations of me just playing stuff like that until I come up with something I like, and then when I come up with something I like, it'll be many more tries until I actually nail it. So I don't know if I'll actually record this solo here, but I'll show you a little bit of like how my thought process when I'm like coming up with the leads. Ooh, that kind of works. Let me make a new track as well. Let me actually spell it right. Oop, that wasn't good. 4 chromatic notes are a riot. I love it. It's like watching all the alternate scenes in a movie only with music. Yeah, I mean, like, there's so much stuff that just gets scrapped because, you know, it's not good. Just that little opening phrase. Maybe only one bend. Slides? That maybe. Okay, that'll be the opening phrase. Shane has redeemed to play the licks, so I have to do it to you. Put the lick in the part. Okay, this part kind of works. Oh, almost there. Let me retract that. Fuck. Okay, I almost had something there. Yeah, that's how that should be. happening, Lick. There are actually two answers to life, the universe and everything. 42 and the Lick. Truer words haven't been said. Fuck, I actually had it actually sounded good at the beginning, but like, I just kept going and now I just delete the part. Oh well. Okay, now I'm going too far. I need to like actually stop somewhere where the part actually makes sense to stop. But like I'm getting like you can see how over doing this like a bunch of times, like I'm getting a better and better idea about how I want this solo to sound. The chromatics and Lick are so tasty, yeah. I mean, it's just they just work well together. Here we go. Probably not that. How did I fuck up the Lick? He was ascending for a second there. And then I forgot what the starting notes were. I fucked that take up because my headphones got caught. I will get it eventually. Fuck. Probably think like a boomer Lick or something that would work. Yeah, almost. I will get it. I will get it. Will I sell XL Tal merch? I haven't actually like dipped into alternative merch, like stuff like, you know, I've only done like t-shirts and CDs, but like people sell like what do people even sell that's like alternative merch? Like I think she happens at like Plenty Candles. That's pretty out there. Maybe towels? I don't know. get this first passage done. That was slightly at the time. Okay, I'll just keep that. Oh, I don't want to do that. How does that sound? I'll play from there. That lick is really fast. Oh. Do I have mods in chat? I don't have any mods. Boop. See ya. That was Stephen Wilson dad hat that I almost wore daily. Need more pug artist hats. Yeah, hats would be a cool thing actually. No, actually. It kind of feels like it's a bit too fast for like how little I practiced it. I wanted to be famous feels bad. Yeah, unfortunately, you guys, I'm just keeping the free follows and free views away from you. I could do something like that. And I fucked that up completely. Okay, so okay, that's where I should go punch it in. I had like a really cool section there, actually. I might play that afterwards, but I need to figure out how to work those two together. Also, my pinkies are fucking dying. Oh my god. I don't know if I keep playing these fast parts, like my pinky just like stresses out. I'm just like, yeah. That'd be like a good ending, actually. I always wonder if you pros have that issue. My hand cramps up and no amount of practice seems to make it go away. I think it's the same as any muscle, right? You just have to keep training and practicing. The problem for me is I've not really played a lot of guitar like this recently, so my hand just like my pinky's not super used to it, so like it just kind of seizes up. Let's go. Let's nail this. Almost there. Ooh, I almost had it at the end there. Now my pinky's really starting to hurt. Fuck me. How does this keep getting hotter and hotter? I mean, it's just me fucking up takes over and over again, but I'll take your word for it. Approaching the sun. Water. Thanks for reminding me. I don't have a hydrate request, but water's important. does that sound? Okay, let's see. Do I want to do dad? Okay, do I want to do dad lick or do I want to just like have like big bands? Let's try both. I think I prefer the bends. Did I just record an entire solo on stream? Fucking hell. Like, normally, like, this would be, like, the world's most fucking boring watching experience, watching a dude just fuck up a solo over and over again. But I did it, I think. Let's see how this sounds. We have a guitar solo. Okay, this is the next dumb question. Do I double the guitars with a synth? You know what? Doubling the synth, like as soon as I played over this passage, like my timing is very loose. I don't tend to like follow. I don't know if you've ever seen like, let me quickly show you this. I'm gonna bring it up so I don't show, specific things. But okay, so kind of leaking this, but there was a solo passage where the guy at She Happens was just like, nope, I'm not tabbing that because this is what it was from Anime's Leaders. It was just like, yeah, no, I'm not tapping that. It's like, I understand why, because like, look, like I kind of just play notes to fit space. I don't really like have a very good sense of note timing. But like, yeah, this bit. It's this bit actually in Anime's Leaders. Where is it? And yeah, that was yeah, it's just like I'm just trying to I slowed everything down and like just checked where the notes were what note would be on like the halfway point, and I just like fit all the timings in between. So yeah, that's Anime's leaders. I feel like we can finish the song today. Don't know about you guys. I think I'm gonna like drop everything out and just have like the big like chord section here. Oh, I fucked it up. How did I fuck that up? And then I think I want to kick there. Then. Ooh, thank you for the follow, Cartoon Theory Prog. It's fucking Maxime from Cartoon Theory, I'm assuming. Do I have any advice for exercises to make fingers more nimble, or is just one of those keep practicing things? Like 9 times out of 10, if it's a thing about like playing something on guitar with like a technique or just being able to be more nimble and stuff like that, 9 times out of 10 the answer is like just practice more. And the thing is as well is like a lot of people tell you to play slowly and speed up, but like playing fast is also kind of just like a different like movement of muscles. I think I remember who was it? It was who's that guy with fucking incredible legato? Like his name is I'm blanking on his name at the moment. Tom Quayle. Like the guy's incredible legato, but he's like playing fast is actually a different like movement to playing slowly. So you're better off actually trying to play stuff fast and then work on the accuracy there. Play at the slowest possible tempo where your fingers are moving at that like increased fast speed. But yeah, like most of the time it's just practice more. Do I want the pads in there as well? Let's see how this sounds. Okay, cool. So I think I'm gonna bring in like the bass notes there. But I'm gonna just copy everything from here first. Bass guitar. It feels so weird, like hearing the guitars and without any of the synths. I feel like here what we need is the filter again. I've used the filter trick a lot, but it's so useful. What am I trying to do here? I want to do that. Do I want to do that? That's another thing as well that I end up doing is I just like obsess over like a specific thing like that and like play it over and over again until I figure it out. Welcome. Hope everybody's doing well. Like thanks again. It's been like 2 hours and I still like have a bunch of people watching. It's super cool that I've basically just fucked up a guitar solo on stream for like 30 minutes and people just stayed to watch. So that's cool. We're getting near the end of the song though, and I'm quite excited. Is this the right part? There we go. So I'm using the same trick. Okay, so what are the sound effects I usually use for this? Add that there as well. What do I want to do here now? I'm trying to like figure out like the best way to bring the song back in. So like I'm just trying out different things. Remember Snail's House sound design? I actually haven't watched. He did stream for a little bit, but I didn't actually watch any of them. I wonder whether I want to have all the chords. Actually, maybe just like a drum fill, maybe. So Let's do like a snare. Yeah, maybe something like that. There's gonna these beats are gonna make some ass clap. Fucking hell. Then where's my other snare? Like this is so weird because normally I'm used to like working with just a single snare track, but like I have many snare tracks. So that's how loud it has to be. What's the velocity? 35 and 46. Okay, let's see how this sounds. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Those weren't even 16th notes. They were 8th notes. So yeah, I ended up trying to program the wrong type of notes. Go me. Does that work? Can I make a song one day with Scottish bagpipes? If I can find something that accurately like recreates them. Trying to get the like this transition right. I'm like, something doesn't quite work, and I'm just trying to figure it out. East West actually has some decent bagpipe samples. I mean, like East West kind of just has amazing stuff. I just like haven't ever gotten around to using it. I ended up using the Spitfire audio stuff instead. Maybe it's that last kick. Thank you for following, Locklow. Fuck it. Oh, so I just put the bass in the wrong part. Oh, maybe I go. Maybe I do this. Okay, so this was actually like an accident in terms of like how the sound came about, but we'll see if this works. So I need the E note. Then I need the F sharp, and the F sharp's in the solo. Trust me, it'll all make sense soon. Okay, so. Then. Oh, that sounds slightly out of time. Yay, editing. Yeah, this is the not so much. This is the not so glamorous part of music production. All right, let's see how this sounds. Okay, I can do that. Okay, yeah, no, I think that works. I think that actually works. Kind of a happy accident how I came across how this. Okay, there we go. Super Mario feels? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, a little bit of that feel. Do I listen to TWRP? Funky Bassline reminded me of them. I've not listened to them before. 90%, like, there's a good chance that I've just not heard of any of the bands that you guys are suggesting. It's so weird because, like, I get a lot of musical influences from just stuff I hear randomly, but I don't never look up what it is. I just kind of hear the idea and like want to implement that. If that makes sense. And where's 8 bars? How did I end up there? So now we do more copy and pasting. Don't we all love copy and pasting? Oh, I ain't gonna stop asking if you know random bands. I mean, feel free to ask. Like, there might be a chance that there will be, you know, a random band that I do know. And maybe I'll get rid of the top note here. And maybe I do. Yeah, I do it twice actually. I'm gonna double these chords in the lead up to the chorus. Do I know Ben Yinsen or Evangi Poboshi? I'm probably absolutely brutalizing that pronunciation. No, sorry, I don't know either of them. Okay. It's actually... Let's do the white noise fade in again. We're getting close. We're getting really close to the end here. I feel it. I'm just doing more copy pasting. Do I know Tommy Barra or Antoine Boer? Sorry, unfortunately I don't. Okay, I just need drums. Okay, drums can go. Oh, I should have like 4 on the floor here. Just gonna make this. And snare. Where am I going for snare? Googled the names Pretty Men. I'll have to Google them at some point. I just like if I don't like if I'm not communicating a lot with you guys, it's because I'm like I really want to just get this done. Like, and I can feel it. We're in the home stretch. And actually, I think I'm gonna, instead of hi-hats, I'm gonna go ride cymbal. Actually, it doesn't have the same button. I was going for sick guitarists that I think follow C2 or people in the circle. Yeah, I mean, like, the other thing is there's so many guitarists as well. Like, whether I've come into contact with them or heard of them, it's like, it can be completely, like, by random. It could be completely by accident whether I've heard of somebody or not. And then I'm actually going to copy the ending here. And then I think like for the final note, I'm just gonna have like a slap, like a on the beat. Where's the rest of it? Have I fucked up here? Okay, I just forgot to copy one thing over. Yep, there we go. Do you listen to Yvette Young from Cobbett? Yeah, I know Yvette really well. Well, I don't know about really well, but I know her. And yeah, we've hung out a bunch in the past. It's been a while since I've spoken to her, though. The last time I met her in person was at NAMM 2019? Yeah, NAMM 2019. And then I like messaged her recently. But that's about it. Or like, I can't remember. No, I didn't message her. I like commented on one of her Instagram posts, and she was like, "Oh yeah, been ages." I'm like, "Yep." So yes, it has been ages. That is very not in time. Okay. What are the first notes here? I think I just need to record the guitars here again, to like do the ending. Her Talman? Ibanez Talman? Yeah. Yvette Young is one of those musicians that I occasionally have to make peace with the fact that I'm not them. That's distorted as fuck. Not only is she a great musician, but she's also a very nice person as well. I think being a nice person in the music industry goes a long way. I've been really lucky, actually. Like so many of the people that I've had the pleasure of meeting and working with in the music industry are just super nice, chill people as well. And not nice in the sense that they're pushovers or anything, but like they're just like, you know, they know what they want, but they're also just really pleasant people to be on. Cool hanging. Gotta do some chores on the property. I'll look for stuff on the Discord channel until next stream. Thanks very much for hanging out, man. Been great having you. I need to turn off the reverb. Okay, so I just need to do some. Yeah, there's that. I guess for here, it'd be like. Oops. What am I doing here? I'm adding this low note. I used to love her stuff, but the last episode didn't really do it for me. My favorite song by Covet has been Howl, and it seems like she keeps moving further away from that. I mean, yeah, it happens. Like, a lot of artists tend to may go away from the stuff that you've enjoyed them for, but it's totally okay. It's totally normal. Did I fuck that up? Actually, I see something in chat here. So advice needed here. I've just spent 2 hours on a question to no success. I'm conflicted as to whether I should call my professor or email him. I really want to call it to get started immediately. It feels unprofessional. I mean, if you need to get in touch with somebody, you need to get in touch with somebody, right? There's like no reason to feel bad about it. I mean, if it's 7:30, maybe like leave a voicemail if they don't respond, or like just leave an email. Like, if you need to get in touch with somebody, you need to get in touch with somebody. Obviously, it's like if it's past working hours, then they may not get back to you immediately, but don't feel bad about calling. Yeah, send an email if you don't want to call. Oh, fuck. Is that a finished song? Do we have a finished song? Depending on the professor as well, sometimes these people are like working like absurd hours, so you may be able to get in contact with them. You maybe not. But that, I think, is a... Okay, I'm gonna listen to the ending and just see if there's anything. I'm gonna listen from the solo and see if there's anything that stands out as bad. So, like, we'll hear whether this bit works or not. Okay, that does work. I'm just wondering where the... Something about the filter frequency, though. Anywhere to feel, anywhere to listen to the lo-fi song. So what I'm doing is that I'm making all the outputs from the streams available for download for like Twitch subs. So the idea is that like even though like Twitch subs usually it's just like a sign of support or whatever, I'm making it so that you can get something at the end of it. I feel very lucky that whenever I listen to the song in the future, I always remember I was there. Where I'll always remember I was there when I was born. That's cool. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, Shinju, you are a sub, so if you join my Discord server, !Discord, you should be able to access the Twitch sub channel there, and you can download it from there. Words are escaping me because I feel like my head is all just like must finish mix. I was gonna say something sounds like it's like cut off there. Oh, I understand. Okay, I know what's happening here. The side chain is actually ducking out that first bass hit. So this is like a really specific thing. So I don't know if you guys were there when I explained what the side chain is, but basically I'm sending most of the mix through this bus channel, and there's a compressor that's side chained against the kick. So when the kick plays, it actually ducks out the rest of the mix and creates this like sort of, they call it ducking effect, that like is really common in electronic music. So you can see it here. You can see that dropping out. So it's doing that, and that first hit feels less powerful because the side chain is actually being ducked out at that exact same time. So what I need to do to make that first hit more powerful is not duck out that first kick so that the bass is still there. And this is such like a specific thing, but I was just wondering because like I didn't really feel the impact of that first kick drum at all and the first bass note. And it's because of this, I feel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a bypass and bypass it just for the first kick. So let's see if that makes a difference. Maybe so doesn't quite have the impact. Maybe I just do this again. Just double fucking filter it. Or do I do it for the drums as well? Oh no, that's just for the acoustic drums. I don't know, like maybe I'm being like a bit like okay, that sounds better actually, putting the bass down an octave. Yeah, I think that definitely fixes it because like I just feel like the low end is being stripped away on that first hit, and I don't have the impact there. But by moving the bass down, that first bass down an octave, I feel like I'll get the impact back. You might have explained this. I missed on it. But what plugins are you putting on your lead guitar track? Okay, so on my lead guitar track, I have 1973 equalizer. It's just doing like it's got like these other specific options, and it has a specific sound to the how it EQ stuff. But I'm just doing like a small mid-range boost. Then I've got rocket compressor, and then I'm using a guitar rig for reverb and delay. I never would have thought of it, but you're totally right. I hear it. Like this is one of those funny things, like when you're mixing something and you're just like, there's something missing, and there's like, I can feel it and I can hear it, but I'm not really like, I can't put a finger exactly on how do I fix it. And this is one of those things because I don't have a lot of experience with mixing electronic stuff, where like I wouldn't think about this, but it's just like this bit's like super like it's driving forward, but then the next, I feel like it doesn't have the impact when the drop happens. So. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think that fixes it. Would I consider adding low fifth or third? Fifths and thirds in the bass really muddy this kind of music. I feel like you can get away with fifths and thirds in the bass on stuff on piano when you're playing the chords, but for the synth bass and an electronic track, like you'll just completely change the time feel for sure. What did I have clipped here? Onion. Women wouldn't have wondered aloud how microwaves worked if she knew friend was going to launch into answer. Fucking the Onion. I think I copy and pasted this to show to somebody on my Discord server and be like, this is exactly you. Same thing here. I'm just gonna. Do we have a finished song? You know what this means, chat? We have to listen from the beginning now. With all the mastering stuff on. I'm gonna fix you as well. Stop play. I don't know what to say. Should I do like dance club things? Like what do people say when they play dance music? Put a hand on one. Oh yeah, I'm gonna like do that kind of stuff. Yeah. I don't have a MacBook though. I'd put a MacBook in front of me. Thank you for the follow, Motor Boy. That part works so well. What's the synth? It's Omnisphere. We have a song. Oh man. Bit of a longer session than the lo-fi song, because the lo-fi song I did in like 2 hours, but this has taken like 1 2 hour session plus some mixing in between, and then another almost 3 hours now. So bit of a bigger project, but yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I needed that as well. Legit, thank you for making my day with this jam. Thank you for making my day and hanging out while I make it. Like, this is a lot of fun, and it's cool to have you watch me sort of fumble my way into trying out different genres of music. So that's kind of cool. I'm glad you decided to add the guitar at the top as a great aesthetic. Yeah, so it's like, it's not pure electronic, right? So for electro funk, like, guitar really, really helps because of the, like, just the place that guitar has in funk music as well. Like, I didn't really have any brass or anything. I could have maybe thought about adding it, but I feel like that would just be too much at this point. Disco music video when? I just need to buy some like flares and like an afro wig. All right, I'm gonna you know what? I'm just gonna play the song while I'm away, but I'm just gonna go for like a quick toilet break, and I'll be back in a second. Hello, I am back. I hydrated myself into needing the toilet. I gotta bounce this so that it's part of the playlist. Oh, just gotta finish on the. Actually, no. I need to just. Where was it? Oh man, yeah. No, we're gonna wind down the stream a bit. I'm just gonna like chat to you guys, and if you guys have any questions about anything you just witnessed, more than happy to answer. Let's just see what we get on the shuffle. Hanako Shoujo manga spin-off. It's always this one. Senpai got a drop. Thanks again for the tunes. No, thanks for hanging out, man. I need to sneeze. Fuck. No, I don't need to sneeze. That's 2 tracks in the queue now. Yeah. I mean, I gotta. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and check out the mix and make sure there's nothing like egregious and adjust some stuff. Thanks for the follow, Vandad. Yeah, I'm gonna fix some stuff in the mix and then I'm gonna bounce it, put it in the playlist, put it in the Discord channel, and you guys will be able to enjoy it. Do I play them? Because I was gonna add a version where I rickroll everybody with it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just get like vocal stems for it and put that in. Make sure it's like completely unusable on stream. What's Wednesday stream going to be about? Wednesday stream will be the next song, and I don't know what the next song is yet. I'll figure it out. But it'll be the next in the series of making Twitch safe music. It's going to be an ongoing thing. Basically, I'm going to keep making the sort of Twitch safe background songs until I've done enough to make like a playlist that I can just leave in the background of my streams, and then we'll do something else. Cheered 100 bits. Thank you. Hello, Anne. You just missed the song. How many more? So yeah, how many more am I planning to do? Depends. I think about 5 or 6 of these, and then we'll do some other like. I definitely feel like I'm doing some like challenge orientated stuff. So like once the making Twitch safe music is done, I think so I can just keep going, right? So I can just like keep finding different genres to do. But like maybe I'll do 5 or 6, and then I'll go and do something like, you know, you guys say you want me to do a song in this tuning, or do a song only using this plugin, or write a song in this genre, or write a song in the style of this band or this artist. And I think like we just have infinite possibilities for music production stuff. And the cool thing is that I can just try out different ideas and different genres, and it just keeps me doing different stuff. So yeah, like, you know, maybe I'll put up like polls in the Discord and like be like, you know, what do you want me to do next? And it'd be like, you have some options, and it might be something like, you know, write a song only using like the Neuro DSP plugins, or write a song only using 8-string, or write the heaviest song you can think of, or write like a song in the style of Prince, the artist formerly known as Prince. I don't know, like it could be something like that. The bagpipes is Flatback Ninja saying, I learned the clean part from Dark Ages on Invent the Universe, but I struggle with sliding my ring finger. Everything else is solid. Is precision just something I need to grind, especially with the ring finger? Yeah. Just like learning, it's all muscle memory, like where you start a slide and where you end a slide. Like it's all just muscle memory, so it's just a case of just grinding out and practicing it. I wish I could say there's more to it, but like stuff like slides and precision with slides it's just that. Bagpipes to Andromeda. Oh god, I'd love to hear some soft acoustic Ghibli stuff. Oh yeah, that's something we could definitely do. I tried to have like a Disney Disney. Fuck, not Disney. If Studio Ghibli gets bought by Disney, then like we know that there's nothing like holy left in the world. But I tried to get a bit of a Ghibli vibe with Mari's New Day on Senpai 3. So yeah, there's some like we can definitely go for like, oh yeah, orchestral stuff. That's another thing we can try, because I have like the Spitfire Albion libraries, and I have Spectrasonics Keyscape for all the piano stuff, like so we can do stuff that's like orchestral. And that's definitely something out of my wheelhouse as well, because I don't usually do stuff that's strictly orchestral. Like orchestral arrangement stuff is usually on top of other stuff in my mixes. A song using only 4 notes. Mongolian throat singing. Going to have nightmares, yeah. There's loads of possibilities, and it's great because I feel like, you know, there's always going to be music that we can tackle, and there's always going to be new stuff, and we can always make it like, you know, make it in the style like big band. So yeah, there's totally so many things we can do. And like it's fun because like depending on how much energy I have on the day and how like motivated I am, we can some stuff may take longer or like shorter, like the lo-fi stuff. The North Game Studio saying, "Sup, my dude, long time fan." Thank you, man. Thanks for coming along to hang out on stream. We just finished the electronic track. Do I just make a bounce of this and put it into the playlist? Yeah, let's do it. I'm just gonna bounce this and just hope that it sounds good. Sorry, let me show you in here. So that's not what I want. So yeah, export mixdown, electro, funk. I need to actually put the loop out. So yeah, I'll just bounce this and like put that into the playlist immediately, and then we could just continue with whatever I decide that we're gonna do next. Electro funk. Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna play the song. And if you like Toe, their album For Long Tomorrow is getting a repress, and I'm hyped. I've never really listened to them. Just gonna be a running theme, right? Like I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, well, that artist, I've never heard of them. Do you have a thing for film composers, John Williams and stuff? Which ones do you like the best? I think John Williams is incredible because like there's so much stuff in his music that's like it sounds so accessible and so like melodic, and then you like listen to it a bit closer. There's like so many things going on harmonically that he's definitely he's somebody that's able to have music that's so melodic but also take you on like a journey. So I really like that about John Williams. I actually got the chance to see Hans Zimmer live. Like one of my friends had tickets to go see Hans Zimmer, so watched a Hans Zimmer set live, and the guy's really charismatic actually, and he's got like a really cool live band. Hans Zimmer's great, and obviously I love Joe Hisaishi. I think Joe Hisaishi's amazing. One of my favorite composers. Joe Hisaishi. So yeah. Where did this go? Let's play this. So now it's serving its purpose as part of background for the stream. Yeah, Hans Zimmer is great. Such an incredible composer. He also okay. Here's something crazy. He had fucking Guthrie Govan as the guitarist on the stream. You emailed your professor and he responded in 8 minutes. There you go. Like you'll be surprised at how much time like university professors and stuff have for you, because you know they're probably working late or they have emails on their phone and they just see it as like, oh, yeah, I can reply to that. It's all good. Sakamoto also good, but I don't know about anybody else. There's like video game guys like John Soul and Sokin, who does the Final Fantasy 14 music. I'm a big fan of the Final Fantasy 14 music. But yeah, like music, like film stuff, definitely something we can tackle. My brother was actually listening to the Legend of Korra soundtrack while he was doing the dishes, and like it was like a big band kind of thing, but like along with the big band stuff, it also goes into like really Eastern like influence stuff with lots of erhu, and it kind of shows that if you're a film composer or a composer for like TV shows or any kind of like film work or like animation work, like you just need to have like the broadest knowledge of musical styles. So like the same guy was doing like the 20s like big band like swing stuff into like the Eastern influence stuff, and he just need to be doing everything. Uematsu, yeah, definitely Uematsu. I was gonna say like Nobuo Uematsu, the Final Fantasy 7 soundtracks. Like everybody like kind of, it's iconic, right? Like everybody kind of knows it, even if they can't name him or they can't name the song. Like they know the Final Fantasy 7 like those arpeggios and all that kind of stuff. Like it's pretty iconic. I'm actually I'm kind of proud. Like, we got the song already in the playlist. I'm probably gonna have to remix it, but it's there. Oh man, the solos maybe a bit loud, but yeah. Koji Kondo type beat when? Who is Koji Kondo? I can actually like just Google people now. Koji Kondo, Japanese music composer. Koji Kondo, Kondo Koji is a Japanese music composer. Super Mario, Legend of Zelda. Okay, that's probably why I haven't heard of it, because I haven't really played Mario and Zelda. Still wish for that Owen Wilson WoW in the end. You'd be surprised that something like the Owen Wilson WoW is the thing that will get your song flagged by copyright. Like, I was actually really sus about using the anime WoW sound effect, like, you know, this one. Like, I actually used that in Hanako Shoujo Manga Spin-off. Hanako Shoujo Manga Spinach. I actually used that in Hanako Shoujo Manga Spin-off, but I actually changed the pitch of it, which made it like harder. It made it harder to tell what it was, so it wouldn't get flagged if it did. If it would get flagged, I'm not sure if that specific sample would get flagged by copyright stuff. But yeah, like something as simple as like Owen Wilson going wow, wow. Like, I'm pretty sure that will get you yeeted. Koji Kondo made the ubiquitous Super Mario for NES theme that everybody recognizes. Oh yeah, fair. Hello, Giraffe Kisses. You missed the whole music production part of the stream, but we're just doing the chilling and chatting part of the stream. Dream Theater used the Owen Wilson WoW in their album No Joke. Wow. Not wow. Wow. I didn't know that. Mate, you should put a David Hayter impression of yours in the song. Anime music. This sounds like music that Otacon would listen to. I don't know how good my David Hayter impression is. I just like, I think it sounds okay, but like Otacon's just like, wow, just like one of my Japanese animes. Wow, it's just like one of Otacon's Japanese animes. That was pretty spot on. I love David Hayter's voice so much. I spent like half an hour, I feel like, or 20 minutes on the Friday stream, just drinking whiskey and talking about how much I love David Hayter's voice and like reading a monologue from Metal Gear Solid 4. But yeah, it's that I can't even remember. Close, just smoke a pack beforehand and you get the texture. Does David Hayter smoke? I feel like he doesn't, and he just like gets the gruff voice. David Hayter smoking. Does he smoke? Okay, like I did that. It's like David Hayter does Big Smoke's order. What is this?
I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
Well, there you go. It's David Hayter doing Big Smoke's order. Fridays are whiskey streams? I'm in. Yeah, I got a new bottle of whiskey, and I drank 2/3 of it over the course of a 5-hour and 40-minute stream. Surprisingly, I wasn't, like, absolutely ass-blasted. I wasn't, like, proper gazeboed by the end of all of it. It was only until after the stream that I was just like, oh, that's a lot of whiskey. Oh, what's the fucking dummy thick thing? Snake dummy thick. What is it? Where's the actual caption? Come on. Colonel, I'm trying to sneak around, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap from my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards. Oh man. Yeah, this is why people tune into my streams, for me to do my David Hayter impression and not for my electro fuck music. Ever had Suntory whiskey? I maybe had a whiskey from Suntory. Suntory is like a big company, I think. Why do I have to enter my birthday to enter the site? Suntory whiskey. Let's see. Also, I was going to say, Ryan, you're from Scotland. You're spelling whiskey wrong. So Japanese people make whiskey in the Scottish tradition. So they make Scotch, essentially. So they spell it without an E. Chromatic Lick was so tasty, made our day. I feel bad. I brought back a bottle of Nikka from my Japan trip, and brothers and I killed it in an afternoon. I mean, sometimes you gotta do it. Sometimes you just have a really nice bottle of whiskey. And it's like, you know, from all the way from Japan or something, and you just absolutely tan the fucker in an afternoon, and you're just like, maybe could have saved it a bit more, but all I'm going to say is whiskey is made to be drunk. So, doesn't necessarily matter how fast you're drinking it, as long as you're drinking it. And as long as you're not, like, mixing it. Don't mix Scotch whiskey. Okay, so Suntory actually, like, has... Yeah, okay, so I've definitely had offshoots of Suntory, because Suntory owns Yamazaki, Hakushu, Chita, Hibiki, and then there's Suntory here. So I've had Yamazaki, I've had Hakushu. I don't think I've had Hibiki before. Dan, that Hibiki, I missed that boy. How much is a Hibiki actually? Whiskey exchange. Potato. The difference is important. Hibiki. Suntory Hibiki. Oof. That is an expensive bottle. £399. I'm sure is there like a pleb version of Hibiki that like I'm not gonna spend $400 on? Because okay, so what was the most expensive whiskey I've bought? The most expensive I've bought was I think about £100, £150. I've also had Octomore. So I spent £125 on a bottle of Octomore. Try Hibiki Harmony. Do they have it? They do not have it. Hibiki Harmony. Master of Malt. I've not been on this website before. In Japan, there's a pleb Hibiki used to buy for €50 on Don Quixote. Okay. Okay, so £70, but it's sold out. So yeah, it's just not there, unfortunately. I'm trying to think of like what would be a good Japanese whiskey to get. World whiskey, Japanese. Also, like if you notice the spelling, Irish whiskey with an E, American whiskey with an E, Japanese whiskey without the E. So you can see that this website takes it very seriously. So what do we have for Japanese? We got I've never heard of Enso. Mars Komagotake. Karuizawa, £20,000. How do you like? Okay, well, let's say theoretically that I was like, fucking, I had like fuckboy money, and I bought £20,000 whiskey. Like, this would be the kind of whiskey like if you fucking saw it away in an afternoon, you'd be like, yeah, that's I don't know about that one, Chief. 1967 though, yeah. So it's pretty old. Okay, you got Nikka. Okay, we got. Shall I sort it by so I don't have like, you know, sort it so I don't have like the most expensive shit. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just see. Free delivery though. Yeah, £20,000. If I've spent £20,000 on a bottle of whiskey, I'd want them to fucking like get a butler to chauffeur it personally to me and not like, you know, send it through like whatever delivery service they use. Even for like a £2,000 bottle of whiskey, man, it would feel so bad to get that delivered by like a regular courier. Hatazaki, Mars, Kase, Ichiro. There's a lot I haven't heard of. I mean, to be fair, the Japanese love their whiskey, so. Man, like, I feel like there's like no rhyme or reason to this like sorting. It's just like, yeah, here's a £50 bottle of whiskey, Supernica, and then here's a 9,000 pound bottle of whiskey. Imagine the courier breaks the bottle. I mean, like, the courier could fucking just do a runner, right? Like, weren't like delivery couriers just doing like fucking runners with PS4s? So somebody would order a PS4 and then they just take it and then leave you like a fucking empty box with like a PS2 in it or something just to troll you, I guess. But like I can't imagine like I can't imagine even getting something that expensive delivered. But then again, I've had like, you know, multiple thousand euro guitars delivered by courier, so I don't know what the upper limit is. Like, what is the most expensive thing you're comfortable letting, you know, your random courier deliver? I guess it just kind of depends. But yeah, like kind of sidetracked there. But drank a Lafroig L'Or on Friday, got a fair way through the bottle. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be. It's probably a bad habit to like to drink every single Friday. Like, I definitely wouldn't advise it for your health. If you're buying 20k whiskey, you can probably afford the Hitman if the courier runs. True. That is true. Have you ever heard of alcohol flush syndrome? Oh, like the flush, yeah. Like, apparently it's, like, really common among, like, Asian people. Like, they drink, like, a thing, like a really small amount of alcohol and they get all flushed. They actually lack a specific enzyme which breaks down the alcohol, so it just goes straight into the blood system and they just get, like, really drunk really fast. I'm lucky that I don't actually suffer from that. The Asian glow, yeah, it's also called like the Asian glow. But I don't suffer from that. Like, I've drank an entire bottle of wine on stream and like 2/3 of a bottle of whiskey on stream. So you guys have been with me, and I definitely didn't flush my way out into just being corpse. Have I heard of Shibuya Meltdown? Shibuya Meltdown. Oh, it's an album. Okay. Or is it a band? Oh no, it's people just around Shibuya who have just like who are just I've witnessed Shibuya Meltdown like firsthand. I've been walking around Shibuya and I just see like random like fucking salarymen just sleeping on like benches and just like people just fucking it's so weird for a country where you reckon it's just like people just you reckon people in Japan are like super polite and chill, but it's just like you just see dudes just sleeping on benches and that's okay. Japanese, oh man, like imagine being this guy. Fern Gully Meltdown. Your boss is just like, yo, you're coming for drinks. It's like, I don't want to drink. It's like, do you want to have your job still? And they're like, okay, fine. And you go drinking, and then before you know it, you wake up in a fucking pile of ferns. Jesus. To be fair, like, I've told the story before, but I've had my own Shibuya Meltdown, kind of. I didn't fall asleep on. I didn't fall asleep on a park bench or. Oh my god! Look at this guy. Oh, poor dude. Someone actually fucking put the cone on him. Yeah, I've been drunk and lost in Shibuya before. My first time I arrived in Japan. I've told the story before. I'm gonna tell it again. We'd arrived in Tokyo and our hotel was in Shibuya, and like we got to the hotel, took showers, went outside, like, you know, we explored, had some sushi, had some food, and just, you know, had a good time just exploring. And then we met up with Snail's house, Uchijo. Met with him, just, you know, hung out. Then we found an all-you-can-eat place, like an all-you-can-eat yakiniku place, like Japanese barbecue. So we had the Japanese barbecue, and as part of the set menu from all-you-can-eat was also beer. So there was beers that you could have as part of the all-you-can-eat. So we just had loads and loads of these beers. And then, like, by the time it was time to go home, like, because we were all pretty tired, everybody else didn't have data, and I was the only one with mobile data, and my phone battery had died. So we had no way of finding our way to a hotel. So we find a convenience store, and there's like a random salaryman in it. This is like at past midnight. So this dude is going home at like fucking past midnight on a weekday. And I'm just like, Tokyo Stay Shibuya Dokowa, which is like, it's like going up to somebody and being like, this hotel, where is? It's like the grammatical equivalent of that. And I think the correct Japanese would be like, Tokyo Stay Shibuya Dokowa desu ka? Isn't being tired from work seen as a sign of commitment to an employer in Japan? I have no idea. Like, I just know that work culture in Japan is like crazy toxic. But yeah, so I went up to this dude. I was like, Tokyo State Shibuya Doko wa, like in like a fucking Scottish accent, and like he just saw like me and like these three other, like my little brother and my little brother and my friend Martin and Jamie, who are like my band on that tour, and he was just like, oh, I know where it is, and he like led us through this like the sort of alleyways of Shibuya to get to his hotel, and he was just like, oh, your Japanese is very good, and I just like, no, it isn't, mate, it's not. But anyway, he leads us back to our hotel. This poor guy just fucking away home, just like wondering what these four fucking like gaijin people were doing, like asking him about this hotel. And the funny thing is, there's a bar across from the street from the hotel. We just went there and continued drinking. But yeah, how did the track end up? Yeah, we finished it. I'm gonna put it on for you. That's part of the background. But yeah, that was my Shibuya meltdown. It wasn't super bad, but we did get lost and had no way of finding our way back. Can I blame him? No. But yeah, so I would definitely will try and remember more Japanese, so I just don't go to like random businessmen and be like, Hotel Doko wa. I didn't have a code in my, like, yeah, to be fair, like I didn't end up like any of these dudes. Oh man. Oh, this is I need to follow this account. Oh no, he's pissed himself. Wait, there's a dude underneath him. Oh no. No. I don't know if I'm gonna get my fucking Twitch account deleted for showing that guy's arse on stream, but whatever. So basically, I like one thing that gets me is that like, regardless of how much I drink, like I will always find myself back home, or I'll always find myself back at whatever hotel I'm at. I will never just like pass out in the street. So I'm just wondering like how fucked these guys must be that they're just thinking that like sleeping on a random bench in Shibuya is like a good way to go. I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. If you ever see me on this account, by the way, if you just see, you know, just my fucking face with neat t-shirt just asleep on a bench in fucking Shibuya, like, you know, like life's just gone pear-shaped for me. Hoping it doesn't go that way though. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, so I was gonna say Gruff 78, this is the electro funk song in the background of the stream. And where it belongs, actually, yeah. Serving its purpose. And yeah, just chilling. I think I'm gonna end the stream very soon, but it was really cool to finally get that song finished. It's in its home, yeah. The song is home. It's where it belongs. It's with all its friends, and yeah, it's nice. You definitely get like a feeling of like accomplishment when you finish a piece of music like that. And it was cool because I feel like I learned a lot, because I've not done the most electronic production before, but it was fun to combine like the electronic with production with like the guitars and all that. And also I subjected the chat to me fucking up a solo over and over and over again, and you can see, you know, on average what it's like for me to record a solo, because it's just pain. Really, it's just Spain without the S. I did legitimate nothing, but I have a sense of accomplishment. Well, that's the thing with streams, right? You can share. You can live vicariously through me and feel the accomplishment of finishing music with me. And you guys, you know, give your suggestions and your feedback and your thoughts on the whole thing as we go. So, you know, you should definitely take a part in the accomplishment. And then you can go and take the song and you can mix Never Gonna Give You Up over it. That's the next plan. Oh, that's the next step, I guess, before I put it onto the Discord. Yeah, I'm absolutely rambling at the moment because I don't have anything else to talk about. But I think I'm gonna end the stream there. When I feel like I feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. Oh god, EA. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream there. But thank you guys for tuning in and joining me along in my continued journey of making Twitch safe music for playing in the background of my own streams. Wednesday, same time ish, either 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. UK time, depending on when I'm free. We'll make something new, and I haven't decided what it'll be yet, but we're gonna make something new, and we're gonna go on another journey of music production. So, guys, thank you very, 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 very much for hanging out and helping me along with making the song, and I'll see you on Wednesday.